Before we begin talking about Onion Boy, I feel like it is my duty to address the controversies coming from my channel. So, do you guys remember when I was exposed last time?
Was good, dear liberals, and yeah. Okay, I'm gonna stop making that voice, but I'm gonna be exposing Diesel Patch, for he is the big gay.
Well, as it turns out, I was exposed again by the same guy. This dumb fucker keeps making exposed videos on me, and it just needs to stop, man, okay? It's not cool. You're not even popular, you didn't even make the cheerleading team, so just stop. You guys are probably wondering what this exposed video is, and, you know, I guess it's better coming from me than you hearing it from someone else, so here it is.
Assalamu alaikum, conservatives. Today we're going to be exposing the Diesel of the Patches, for he has racism, and he's part of the KKK. Allah says in the Bible, smite the white man, because he is part of the KKK. So Josh Butler tells him he's going to give him a shout out so he can surpass PewDiePie, but not T-Series, and Diesel Patches is just like K. And then Josh Butler's like, don't K me, you fucking rude young man. And he's like, K again. And he says once more, don't say K, but he said K, indicating the 3 Ks. Kill the black man, I think it stands for.
I really hope you guys don't unsubby, despite knowing my dark dank secret now. But that's for another video. Today another bitch will be exposed. His name is Onion Boy. Real name Gregory. Yeah, Greg isn't really a virgin when it comes to getting exposed. He's a massive piece of shit. So I've made 2 videos on Greg, and one was about how unfunny he is. In the other video, I criticized his bitch-ass attitude with Ready to Glare. And since I've been on YouTube, I've actually known about his channel for a while now. He became viral with his stupid banana video, which I never found funny, even when I was a little fetus. But I guess some embryos were laughing their asses off because he attracted a lot of young children onto his channel because of that viral video. And all these young people coming to his channel has led to some allegations. People are calling him a groomer, a pedophile, an abuser, and he's also being accused of doxing people, which isn't really an accusation now because there's undeniable proof he tried to dox people. Now, because of YouTube's new policies, I have to be careful about not saying mean things because, you know, you don't want to insult a child predator. And they are very serious about it. So serious that they're too busy dealing with people like me instead of targeting people like Onision, who, by the way, is still monetized. What the hell, Wabbajack? I mean, this guy's done a lot of shit. And I'm gonna allow my boy, Senpai, to give a little quick background on Onision.
He's like a P to the E to the D to the O, you know? A very, very naughty onion. And so he's been grooming girls for quite a while. It comes out. Chris Hansen, you know, that lovely son of a gun, he comes in, calls the FBI. He's now involved. FBI is now involved. And now the onion is trying to play the insanity card. But if you see his videos, they've been following a pattern. And, I mean, whether it is putting kombucha all over his lovely figure, or like getting a shoe and whatever, getting freaky with it. His husband slash wife slash troon whatever is also kind of a sick son of a bitch because, I mean, well, she ended up being, you know, the groom to be now the groomer as well. So, you know, Greg met her. Greg, you know, groomed her for a year or whatever, married her, and then after that, Taylor, aka Lainey, aka Kai, glorious 2019 people, is now or has been grooming people as well.
Anyways, guys, we're gonna dive deep into this dick and talk about Onion Boy.
I got broads in Atlanta.
So Onision, aka Greg, released private DMs between him and another YouTuber named Billy Don Webb. The reason he did this is because he wanted to show that Webb was accusing him of pressuring her to have sex. But she's not alone because many women have accused Onision of touching their doodles. So Billy and Onision's conversation was posted on Twitter from Onision's account, and Billy's phone number was in the screenshot of the DMs. Twitter eventually removed the post, but Patreon caught notice of this before the post was removed, and eventually deleted Onision's account on Patreon. And Greg's defense towards posting private DMs between him and Billy is that he knew Billy was upset when they broke up in 2016, and he wanted to show the public about how he felt sad about that relationship breaking up, which is just all a nice long way of saying bullshit. Let's just say Greg's dumbass little story is true. You still posted someone's phone number to the public without that person's consent. So either A, you're a malicious little liar, or B, you're a retard. How does someone accidentally post someone else's phone number? I mean, how do you not notice something like that when you post it online, especially when it's been on for hours? When Patreon refused to give Onision his account back, Greg decided to act like a toddler. This of course led to that infamous Onision meltdown video, and several other videos that followed. All these videos are basically the same thing. It's Onision pretending to be sad, crazy, and poor. Yeah, if only that were true. I will say though, Greg is actually a pretty decent actor. He's convinced a lot of dumb kids that he's being for real, and those are the only supporters he has left. Or maybe he's actually f***ing crazy. Or maybe it's just a little bit of both. I swear, now he acts like Walter White. Except when Greg does it, it's fucking cringy.
Now do this to me! All of you!
Uh-oh, I implied Onision looks like Gollum. Say your goodbyes to this video while you can. But going back to Billy. So Onision got mad at Billy because she lied about smoking weed or whatever. I don't even know, it doesn't even matter. Just calm down and have a joint. And because this girl dared to smoke weed, Onision sent some really weird texts towards her. And yes, lying to your SO is a shitty thing to do, but his reaction was just unnecessary. If all he did was break up with her, then fine, whatever. But no, you decided to send weirdo texts her way. Honestly looked like shit Ted Bundy and John Wayne Gacy would say. And refused to leave it alone.
I hope you're happy. You completely destroyed all of my pride. You told me to get a tattoo saying I'm a liar, like a tramp stamp. You told me to shave my head. You told me to dye my hair green, shave off my eyebrows, and get an ugly tan. Like, is that not abusive to you? Do you think that's a fair trade for me telling you that I smoked weed?
I'm gonna go through a list, and you say yes or no to each, okay? Okay.
Tattoo, I'm a liar, just above your ass.
No, that's kind of weird.
Okay then, how about you just chain yourself to our basement wall for a week, with a sign around your neck that says, I'm sorry for lying.
I'm about to call the police.
For 3 days.
The police are on their way.
Okay, just make a video about how you lied to Lainey, how you are sorry, and want her back.
Fuck off.
Okay. Bye.
You know, Onision, you always go for public humiliation.
It's called public honesty. Grow up. Seriously though, goodbye. For the record though, the chain to the wall thing is hot as hell. You are mega boring for turning that one down. Okay, bye now.
I will say I am pretty sad to see Onision's Patreon going. Seems like he had a lot of good prizes on there. Yeah, I'd love to pay $75 playing video games with a fucking onion once a month. That seems like a reasonable price.
Wow! That's a low price!
Have this concept of grooming, right? But that requires you have with somebody right after they turn 18.
As I've said before, multiple people have accused Onision of grooming, which again is basically raising a child to be your buddy. One of the most infamous groomings by Onision and his sidekick Lainey is Sarah. Sarah found out about Onision on YouTube and actually started tweeting both him and Lainey. And Sarah and Lainey ended up building a friendship together. And as soon as she turned 16, she decided to go visit them in person. Greg got a boner, and this is where the grooming starts. And I just want to clarify, they were well aware of her age during this time. Sarah mentioned that the first text that Lainey sent to her was, "How old are you?" And I want to remind you, these are the same two people who raided underage girls' bodies. Yeah, so I'm kind of going into this siding with Sarah.
And there was no question, Sarah, that they knew you were underage, that this started at around 11, 12 and continued. And at this point, we're talking about now you were 14 years old. There was no question there. There was no role playing where they thought you were actually 18, anything like that.
No. The first private message that Kai ever sent me was, "Hey, Sarah, how old are you?"
Sarah soon learned that Lainey was simply trying to lure her in so Greg could start the grooming.
Looking back, did they groom you during this period of time in order to get you to go visit them?
I know for a fact, not during the period of time before I came up, because I didn't talk to Greg really until I met him the first time, but the time between me meeting him for the first time and me turning 18 was definitely him grooming me. Kai is a whole other, like, complicated story.
And then as it turns out, Sarah decided to move in with these two for 6 months. During this time, Greg made this teenager feel terrible about her body by insulting her, and then he started criticizing her sexual activity. Sarah even went as far as to describe Craig's relationship with her as cultish, and she was abused psychologically. Now, if it makes you feel any better, Onision and his he-she wife didn't try to prowl or jump on Sarah until she was older. I bring this up because people defend Onision by saying, well, he's technically not a pedophile because he didn't do anything while she was 16. Yeah, that's what grooming is, dumbass. He made sexual and inappropriate comments towards this 16-year-old. It's still disgusting, it's still fucked up. But the story gets even juicier. After the internet found out about Sarah's relationship with these two nuts, Sarah decided it'd be best if she went back. But then, Onision and Lainey pressure this now 18-year-old to come live back with them. The only difference is, this time it's private, so the internet doesn't know anything about it. So, Sarah moves back into the house. She makes a joke about Onision being a pedophile. He gets butthurt and kicks her out of the house. Then she moves back into the house because Lainey was sad. Sarah does realize that she doesn't want to move in with these weirdos again. And then Onision gets mad because she doesn't want to move back into his home. But then he says he doesn't want her there because he thinks that she's not the right friend for Lainey. What the hell is going on in this fucker's head? But it gets better. Sarah does eventually end up moving in back with them again. And this time Onision's boner is bigger than ever.
Little comments from Greg start coming out like, oh, you and Sarah would be a good couple. Oh, yeah, do that. That'd be hot, or something like that. And so I was
he
like,
was trying to pair you up with Kai.
yeah. And I got really, really upset one night about it because he had made a joke, I guess, that we would be a cute couple. And Kai told me about it. And Kai was in the shower and I was sitting with him in the bathroom talking with him. And I was like, I just started like crying and I was like, I need him to not make jokes like that anymore because it hurts my feelings because I like still feel like this sometimes and I don't want this to, I don't want this to like give me hope of any kind because I'm trying to move past it.
Right. So is Kai identifying as a male or female at this point?
Female. Well, no, non-binary.
Non-binary. Okay. And do you end up having a relationship with Kai?
Kai and I never technically dated, but we did have a sexual relationship.
And how long did this come before your sexual relationship with Greg, with Onision?
No, it happened at the same time.
So you were with both Greg Jackson and Kai in a sex triangle, essentially.
Yes.
Diesel, these are just accusations. You can't believe everything she's saying.
I do believe in innocent till proven guilty. With Onision, though, it's not that hard to tell who's telling the truth and who's lying. Seeing how Onision himself is a compulsive liar, we've seen his behavior behind the camera. And judging from the leak to voicemails, he has the behavior of a groomer where he's trying to lure people back into his home. Desperately.
Listen, I don't know why I missed it the first time, but I read across the part where you said something about being homeless and jobless. Dude, you're not homeless. Come on. Like, seriously, I am here. If you need anything, just let me know. Okay? Bye.
And just really creepy and weird.
He is creepy. He is weird. He cries a lot.
Now, many people have asked why Onision's channel is still on the platform, all of his channels, even though there are a lot of accusations being thrown at him. Well, I have two reasons. First off, there isn't 100% proof that these teenagers were groomed. Yes, Onision did admit to verbally abusing Sarah. Yes, there's proof of Sarah living with these two weirdos multiple times. And yes, Onision is the type of person to do this. And if he can't get taken off the website for this, get him off for doxing. I've read the terms of service, I've read the policies, I even watched that dumbass video on harassment.
Creator A is angry after a heated exchange with Creator B and decides to share Creator B's personal home address and private phone number in a video that encourages viewers to send nasty messages to Creator B. In another video, a creator wants fans to communicate with them directly via social media, so they share their social media handles and email address on their channel. Do either of these videos violate our community guidelines? Yes.
Billy and Bobby are walking down the park until Billy decides to use the fuck word. Should Billy be banned from YouTube forever? YouTube is also big on not having people bully and defame others. And yes, YouTube's policies on harassment are very broad. However, Onision definitely falls under these guidelines. Now, I'm also a big meanie and I say mean things to people on the website, but there's a huge difference between me and Onision's criticisms. First of all, I attack people who are not funny or people who deserve it. And when I say deserve it, I'm talking about pieces of shit, not people who simply disagree with me or they're just easy targets. Onision makes fun of someone who has an eating disorder and even makes a game out of it. And also has the fucking gall to call out other people who are making fun of her. What a dipshit.
True or false? If you make a video that encourages viewers to post cruel and malicious comments on another video, that could result in a strike on your channel. The answer is...
false. Seeing how Onision is still on the website, we're clearly displaying we don't give a shit. My buddy Gokinaru made a video on H3H3. Not only was it a funny ass video, but it was also a very fair video. Ethan 100% deserved to be called out, yet his video was taken down. And I know these videos of Eugenia were before the new policies that YouTube recently implemented, but I'm sorry, shit like this still wasn't allowed on the website, even before these new policies.
Hi, I'm Eugenia Cooney and I'm doing a cooking show. But first I'm gonna eat something on camera to prove to you guys that I do eat. Here are some cucumbers. Are you ready for me to prove you guys wrong, Freely the Banana Girl and Onision? I love cucumbers. See, I love food. So good for my tummy. So today I'm gonna cook some stir fry. We'll start out by grabbing a bit.
Now, the second reason I believe why Onision's channel is still up is because YouTube doesn't find their audience very trustworthy, and I am somewhat inclined to agree with that. All these cancel culture idiots have made it so hard for people who were actually involved in something to come out. For example, there's a video of Shiloh all dressed in makeup and Onision is supposedly abusing her. I'm going to show you the full video so you know what I'm talking about. You might have already seen it.
It hurts a lot, actually.
You know this video is never going to be online, right? No one will ever know how much I abuse you. It's ridiculous that you think you'll be successful. How many times do I have to tell you everything that you want to put online goes through me first? Want some candy corn?
Thanks for watching, guys.
Hey, open your mouth. Open your mouth. Open your mouth.
No, Greg, I don't want any.
Open your mouth.
I don't want any, Greg. Ow! Ow, that one really, really hurt. Greg, I'm wearing shorts.
That candy corn hurt. That candy corn really hurt, Greg. Oh, that candy corn was like a razor blade. Your candy corn hurt, Greg.
So this looks like a really gruesome and disgusting video, but if you check the full clip, it's played for jokes.
Hey guys, so Halloween's coming up, and I wanted to know what you guys are being for Halloween. Greg and I decided that this year we'd go for realism, so he took the scissors to my ear in my sleep, and now I'm bleeding. But, I mean, it's a great look. It's gonna scare all the kids, you know? It hurts a lot, actually.
You know this video is never going to be online, right?
The joke is he's abusive and a shitty boyfriend. He's done this on his channel for a while now, and I don't think it's funny myself. And yeah, you can make the argument that she didn't want him to act that way towards her on camera. But my point is, people are trying to make it seem like something it isn't. It looks like a creepy, cultish video with Onision seemingly being abusive. Of course, people jumped the gun on this one. I mean, this was just a goldmine for exposing Onision. But again, it's not what it seems. Now, what is true though is how this dumb shithead recorded Shiloh laying on the ground having a seizure and not doing anything about it besides putting this video on YouTube.
You said you want to make a rainbow?
Yeah.
Why aren't you looking at the camera?
Make a rainbow.
Do you know what my name is? Shiloh?
I want to make a rainbow.
Shiloh, can you look at me?
Okay, I understand him recording her and showing her later on what the seizure was like and what happened, but why did he put it on YouTube? That part I do not understand. And of course he has the scary, ominous music in the background. There's actually a little backstory to this video. Shiloh claims that the reason why she had a seizure in the first place is because Greg was causing her a lot of stress. Again, these are just accusations, but I am more inclined to believe Shiloh over Onision. You guys can decide this for yourselves, but that is what I believe.